Hello, man of word, we truly appreciate that you joined us. We are glad that we can support you in your further development. Today's topic is about why it is important to build self-esteem. So, let's begin. Welcome to amanofword.com, the most refreshing network in the business world. Why should you pay attention to this? 1. You will learn what it means to love yourself. 2. You will understand how loving yourself will improve your life. And 3. You will find practical ways to love yourself. Love is an extremely important part of our life. Everyone knows how it feels and shows love to a different person. Despite that, we don't fully understand it, but that's okay. What we should understand is that it is extremely important to love yourself just like you love people around you. Let's dive into the meaning of love. Because the concept of love is so hard to understand, people tend to confuse which actions are based on love and which are not. For example, actions based on love are when a boyfriend gives flowers to her girlfriend to cheer her up, or you listen to a friend who needs someone to talk to. On the other side, there is some behavior which we think means love but it isn't. For example, we can't talk about love when parents accept their children to do bad things just because they don't want to punish them. Another example is when you always sacrifice your need for other people's needs. It is really important to understand these things because in this way we will also learn how to love ourselves and take care of our person. Let's understand the importance of loving yourself. Let's think of some simple situations. If one of your friends is sad because he lost lots of money in his business, will you support him and try to help him? Probably yes. If one of your friends wants to eat unhealthy food, will you tell him this is not good for him? Yes, of course. If one of your friends gives up on his dream and starts watching Netflix and staying on a couch all day, will you tell him this is not the right thing to do? Definitely yes. Now let's take these scenarios and talk about ourselves. In those situations, will you advise yourself? Will you tell yourself that you should move on when a problem appears? Will you tell yourself that it is not okay to eat unhealthy food? Will you tell yourself that it is not okay to give up on your dreams and sit on a couch all day? Well, in most cases the answer is no. We don't advise ourselves, and that means that we don't love ourselves. But why does this happen? The reason for this is that in our mind there is a big barrier. This barrier is called the ego. Yes, you heard that right, the ego. The ego is that barrier that makes us think that we should not advise ourselves because everything we do is fine, that we never make mistakes. Because of the ego, telling yourself that you've done something wrong makes you feel inferior, and most of us don't like feeling bad. But it is okay to feel bad. It is okay to blame yourself for your mistakes. It is okay to understand that you are not perfect and that you make mistakes. We all have to understand that blaming yourself for a mistake and trying to do better next time doesn't make you inferior. It makes you grow and become the best version of yourself. Let's see 4 reasons you should love yourself. 1. Love yourself or nobody will. Let's be honest, everyone wants a friend or a partner that loves himself and what he is doing. You would rather listen to a person who works and inspires people than to a person who hates his life and everything he does. 2. It makes you move on easier. Loving yourself makes you aware of the fact that sometimes you will have bad days and emotions. You start to understand that pain doesn't last forever, and it also becomes easier for you to learn from those bad situations. 3. It helps you stop procrastinating. Reaching your dream is hard, and you may face some problems that you don't think you can solve. So you decide to watch Netflix and putting those tasks off because it is easier to do so. That's also a result of not loving yourself. If you love yourself, you will always find a way to make things work. You will always say, I can do this. 4. It helps you deal with bad days. Let's say you don't feel well because you argued with someone or your car broke while you were going to an important meeting and you were late. If you are not fully aware of the kind of person that you are, you might start to hate yourself just because bad things happen to you. That shouldn't be the case. You should be able to find the good things in everything bad that happens to you. Let's find out 5 tips for loving yourself. 1. Mindfulness. Your future is determined by the actions that you do in the present. You always have to keep that in mind. Be present, stop overthinking about problems in the past, and start finding solutions to improve your current situation. Stop trying to find reasons why your business didn't work in the past and start finding solutions to make it work now. 2. Challenge your negative beliefs. Failure is important. It is that thing that makes us learn and grow. Let's say you started to learn how to sell a product, and the first week is a total failure. That will make you feel like you will never be good at selling, and this thought will always cross your mind every time you try to sell something. Stop that thought, try to sell more, seek advice from people that are great at doing this, and don't give up. Everything is hard at first, but if you keep going, you will eventually master that skill. And let's be honest, you don't want to lose great opportunities just because you are not good at selling. 3. Be aware of the long term. Personal growth is always about the difference between what you want now and what you want most. At this moment, if you sit on a couch all day, that might be nice and relaxing for your current self, but there is no growth when doing this. Your future self will not benefit from you watching movies all day. You will be more successful and smart in the future if you start working now. Just take this as a gift for your future self. You are working now and making sacrifices so he can live a much better life. 4. Daily exercise. Go do some exercise. You can go running, swimming, or you can hit the gym, it doesn't matter. As long as you are exercising, not only you will feel much better and healthy, but you will also gain a lot of energy that will help you be productive. Doing sport is a great way of loving yourself. 5. Stop complaining. We all know it is easier said than done, but complaining just means focusing on the problems and not on solutions to improve the current situation. If a friend did something that you don't like, stop complaining and try to talk with him about it. The employees in your business don't work the way you want to, then train them and motivate them to do better work. They will not start to work better if you only complain about it. Also, keep in mind that it is okay to talk with someone about your problems, that you shouldn't keep them only for yourself, but stop telling yourself that you cannot solve those problems, because that's what complaining is. Before the video ends, let's find out which are the best things to remember from this. 1. Have a good understanding of which actions are based on love and which are not. 2. Loving yourself is just as important as loving others. And 3. Loving yourself makes you overcome bad situations. Well, this ends here. Let us know in the comments what is your opinion about loving yourself. Thank you for watching until the end, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell button to be notified for every new learning opportunity. And always remember, man of word, be aware of the person that you can become.